the sun. Well, I'm gonna walk from the place where I come from. Well, I'm gonna walk and leave you behind. I'm gonna walk 'cause you made me love you. I can't believe I go so far away, so far away. But it lets me ease my mind. At the mountain I let myself go. The mountain listens, the mountain knows. Well, you're gonna walk 'cause you say you love me. You're gonna walk and leave me alone. I let you roam, you soon realize I've got another place to go. Can't believe I go so far away, so far away. But it lets me ease my mind. At the mountain I let myself go. The mountain listens, the mountain knows that you're no good for me. Well, you're no good for me. I trust the mountain, she gives me pride. Well, I speak to her like she's my bride. She doesn't play any games, she doesn't laugh at me. She just listens and she knows.
Season 1, Episode 33. How you doing out there, everyone? Welcome to Live at Chance's House. My name is Chance Munsterman, and it is another glorious day, September 24th, 2020. And I'm excited to bring you guys all kinds of great stuff tonight. Hey, so just to let you know, we've got Operation Kindness Month going on. And I want to talk just briefly about that. But first, let us say hello to our sponsors for the evening. Operation Kindness, and of course our friends over at Joe's Tavern and Grill. I want to thank everyone for being here as always, and one of the first things that I want to talk about before I get into anything else tonight is I want to talk about very quickly social media and the impact that it can have, and the negative impact that it can have too. So anyone who's watching this, I hope you take this to heart because it means something to me and it's very important. You'll also hear me talk about this on the podcast that I did with my guest tonight. I had to shorten the video tonight because it was certainly needed to shorten up. The podcast is about an hour and a half long. The segment you're going to see tonight is about 30 minutes. So I wanted to hit the highlights and let you guys see what was going on with that and have you an opportunity to meet our guest. However, one of the topics we talked about was the impact that people can have within their social networks. And the most important thing that I want to tell each and every one of you is that while I've been pushing this particular cause, which is Operation Kindness, and I've clearly made it something that I wanted to do because it's something that's important to me, I want everyone to understand ultimately. I understand that my cause may not be your cause, and that is okay. I'm not trying to do anything other than spread a little love to our community through Operation Kindness. I care about animals. Care about dogs and kitties, and I want to be able to provide a little bit of something if I have the ability to. Just like I cared about our community back in April, I wanted to offer up money to give food for the North Texas Food Bank. Just like every year, I want to give money back to cancer research and facilities that allow families to stay out of town when they can't afford to, when their loved ones are getting cancer treatments. And that's through Who Needs Sleep with North Texas Outreach Communities and Cook's Children's Hospital. And then along the lines of just being able to help anyone that I might know along the way. And the last thing that we did collectively with a lot of help from all of my friends and family was helping our friend Trent Adams. And he needed help through some issues that he's got, medical bills and things that he's still struggling with. And it's not even close to being done, but we had a massive push and was able to do something there. Listen, I ask only because I just want to share the information, and I want to apologize to everyone, let everyone know that I don't want to spam you, and I'm not trying to. I'm excited about the things that have happened. And some of you have been watching this little show that's been happening for the last 6 months or so, and some of you just tuned in for the first time. And I want to tell you that it's gotten better and better and better every time. New things get added, new segments, new features, new funny things, stupid videos, whatever else the hell I come up with, and whatever else my friends come up with as well, because it's been kind of a collaborative project. It's been a lot of fun. It's exciting for me to share. It's exciting for me to share new music. This is some of the most creative times I've ever had in my entire life. And I might get a little clicky with the button myself, and I probably send out too much stuff. So I'm going to try and dial that back, and I've already started this week. I haven't done a whole lot of promotions other than the day before saying, hey, this is what it is. Don't forget, Thursday nights we do this thing. And I want to make sure that I haven't affected anyone in a negative way to say, oh, well, here we go again. Chance has got 48 posts about something that's going on in his life. And whether it has to do with music or fundraising or whatever it may be, it's coming from the heart, and it's something that I've been really humbled by throughout this entire time. And I know I always say thank you. I know I do, but I'm going to say it again. Thank you for everything that you all have provided for me. And that has been just an audience to have some fun with, and to share exciting news with, and to, quite frankly, get a lot closer to a lot of you, because there are many of you that I haven't spoken to in a long time that have reached out and we've reconnected. There are many of you that I have known for years and I'm getting to know better and better through the course of this process. there are some of you that I haven't been able to see that I love dearly that are my best friends that I just can't see because we're in this thing together and we're trying to make it through. And even if it's just through a camera that I get to see you, well, then that means something to me. So I want to put my best effort into the things that I do. It has nothing to do with me other than the fact that I really get a kick out of it. I get a lot of enjoyment out of what I do. And I wouldn't put this much effort into something that I didn't like or didn't think that it was just a hell of a lot of fun to do and to share with as many people as I can. And so I want to make sure everyone understands and knows that if you got to mute me because you think that I'm posting too much, you know what? How about instead tell me, man, dang, Chance, you've got a lot of stuff coming this way. Maybe you can dial it back on one of those groups, or you know what? I already know about your fundraiser. You don't need to remind me 58,000 times, or hey, whatever it may be. And maybe that's not the case. Maybe that doesn't matter. I mean, listen, I would rather have a transparent conversation about it and everyone say what it is versus if there is. And maybe there's not a problem. Maybe I'm just feeling this way. Hell, I've been up against football and, sporting events and the Stars and NBA finals and everything else for the last month as well on a Thursday when it's the worst possible time for me to be even showing this. And I know that, again, it comes back to my first statement is my cause isn't your cause necessarily. It could be, and I bet you if we lined up a whole bunch of causes together, talked about the most important things that we share, I bet you we share a lot of them. But while I might be focusing on this and want to donate a little bit of money, you might be focusing on something else and you've already donated, and that's completely okay. All I ask is if you can, maybe you can give it a share for this too, and tell me what you're supporting, because I would love to be a part of that as well. I donated something to someone yesterday or 2 days ago that was in need and I answered the call because they've answered the call for me, and I had a little extra to give. So it's give and take, and I hope that everyone understands ultimately that's where I'm coming from. And thank you so much for everything that you guys do, not just supporting me, but supporting my causes and supporting my silly stuff on here with this show and videos and songs and bad Thursday night cover renditions that I really don't know how to play that well, and whatever else we come up with that's just a good time and having some fun, and everyone can forget about what's going on in the world just for a moment. There is football tonight, so I got that, and that's not a problem. You get the replays, and I catch a lot of people who watch this stuff on replays anyway, so I'm not really too worried about it, and maybe I change it for October. We'll see. But we got 2 more shows. I got this one, and I got the next one. So I'm going to say it once, and then the rest of the time you're just going to see that it's available. The donate button is in the post. The scrolling bar is below. This month is Operation Kindness. I want to thank Nikki Walker again from last week, who's the Director of Operations for Operation Kindness, for coming on and saying hello and letting us know about their stuff. Her video is posted on YouTube at this point. If you missed it and would like to see it, you can also see the full replay of the show from last week, or any of the weeks actually, because they're all posted up. It's a whole lot of content and a whole lot of fun and a whole lot of stupidness, mostly on my part. And I hope that you guys get a kick out of it most of the time. Anyway, with that said, tonight's show, couple of things. I'm going to show, first off, I want to thank everyone for the contributions that you've put in so far, listening on Spotify to the latest single, Back from the Mist. We put out last week one of the videos, which was contest video number 1. That's been done. This week, I'm going to air contest video number 2 for Back from the Mist. The official video is out, but this is the fun one. Everyone contributed, and I helped it along, and just having some fun. From what I understand, I got a couple of more entries coming in, and there's no timetable on this. It's just I got people that are interested in doing something creative outside of work and just wanting to participate in the show, and I appreciate that very much. So we're going to show that after the interview, and then I'm going to play live. But tonight's interview is with my friend Max Billington with the Wolf and the Shepherd podcast. You'll hear all about it, and everything is going to be great. Should be an enjoyable interview. I hope you guys enjoyed it as much as I did. I was able to reconnect with someone that I've known for well over 20-something years, and it was a great time going down memory lane. But you'll probably learn a little bit about him. You'll learn a little bit about me. It was really a conversation more than it was anything else, but I got to be the first guest on his show, and I was really excited about that. He interviewed me. I interviewed him. We kind of went back and forth. It was very collaborative, and we got some good information out of it. So check it out. I hope you guys enjoy, and I'll be back here in just a little bit to get back to it. Probably show the video after the interview, and then I'm going to get into some live music for you guys tonight. And I hope you guys have a great night. I will see you soon. Hey everyone, welcome to Live at Chance's house. And this is where it all happens. My name is Chance Munsterman, for those of you who just now jumped in and never been to the show before. And tonight we've got a great episode for you. First of all, it is Operation Kindness Month. But more importantly than that, I got my good friend Max Billington on, and he is with the podcast, The Wolf and the Shepherd. Max, how you doing?
I'm doing great, Chance. It's good to be here.
Hey, I'm glad to have you.
What's been going on in your music world? You've been plugging along for a long time, putting out some good music, and I know that you just had a new release that I know I want to talk to you a little bit about. But in this era now, in the streaming versus selling physical copies era,
mm-hmm.
how is that now for the artist, for the singer-songwriter? What have you seen over those years that's been such a change? And tell me about that.
So here's where it started for me, because when I first started writing, obviously I was a lot younger and just kind of learning my craft. And at the time I didn't even know it was a craft. It was just something I wanted to do. When I first learned how to play guitar, I wanted to meet chicks. That's what it was. Right. And, but then I just loved what I did. And then I had ideas and I was writing songs, and a lot of them, I've told this story before, is that I wrote 100 songs and 96 of them were horrible, And so around 1998, 1999, I recorded some of those songs and I put them out. Well, this was like, even the internet was still new. It wasn't even fully formed. Everyone still had an AOL account and they were thinking that, oh, I'm in a chat room and this is the coolest thing I've ever seen. Well, the first iteration of music of any kind that was online was literally a place called mp3.com. And it was later it was purchased by Broadcast Music, which ended up being swept up by Mark Cuban's company, but then ended up getting shut down for a little company called Napster. And mp3.com was the first fully non-commercial, non-label website where anyone who could create music could put it on. They had charts and you could sell your music. And the first taste of anything I ever got was I put a song on there, and it was one I thought was pretty good. And I don't know, in like a couple of days, I got an email or something and said, you might want to go check out the charts. You're number 6. And I'm like, well, whatever. That doesn't mean anything. Well, it does when there's 200,000 people a day going to the website. And it was the first time I'd ever done anything. And I actually sold quite a few singles. I didn't sell the album. I sold quite a few singles, and it was a lot. And it was all monetized. Like they hadn't figured out yet that, oh, well, we're going to keep 2% for ourselves while we're doing this. No one had any clue what the internet was going to be. And so they realized quickly that it was a money-making operation. And that's when the smart people came in and said, well, we got to shut this down and figure out how we can't have this. The artist can't get all the money. So, So fast forward to, let's say 2011. 2011 comes around, and I take a couple of those songs and I re-record them. And then I wrote some new songs and I recorded those. And at that time, all that was available, Spotify wasn't around yet. All that was available was Apple Music. And it was big because, even 9 years ago, the iPhone was just coming out. I think by that time it was maybe the 3GS or whatever it was. And, but I was able to, jump on board pretty quickly with a newer technology that no one knew about. So in 2011, I was able to go, hey, I got a song on iTunes, and everyone's like, what? How did you do that? And so that did a little something. Okay. But even then it was, all right, if you sell your song for 99 cents, you're going to get 79 cents. And I was like, oh, that's a pretty good deal. I can put my stuff on Apple Music and they're only going to take 20%. I was like, yeah, I'm totally down with that. I'm okay. And so I sold a few records that way. And so then I kind of went through a lull. You know, I played in a band called Bad Karma. And I did that for about 15 years off and on. But for the last 10 years since I put that record out, I was concentrating on playing gigs and doing cover music and doing all this stuff. And I kind of put down the songwriting thing, even though I always liked doing it. But I just never quite had that connection with someone to go do something. And so a couple of years ago, I guess it's been almost 3 now, 2017, Bad Karma played sort of their final show. We did a big blowout. I got to play for Stan Lee of Marvel comic fame. Yes. And I played at his private event for a Comic-Con on New Year's Eve for 2017 going into 2018. I got Stan Lee signing, you know, the drum head of our drummer's stuff. I mean, he came up on stage while we're doing the countdown. It was like, if you want to talk about a big bang going out for the band that I had been in for 15 years, we had just done it. I was like, you know what? I'm good now, right?
Hey, that right there is tough to top. Yeah. So how are you going to top that show?
Right. So we kind of left when we thought, well, we'll still get together now and again, but everyone at this point had side projects except me, and I wasn't doing anything. So the guitarist and I decided that we were going to kind of keep going, but we were going to do acoustic things. So we turned it from Bad Karma into Acoustic Karma. And I was like, all right, we're still going to play and just get out, because I still like doing that. But I started writing some songs, and I started just thinking about what I wanted to do. And I wrote a song in 2018 that I actually sat on. I sat on it for a reason, and I don't tell anyone about it. It's one of those things. I keep that to me. But I sat on it because I didn't think I wanted to release it. And I sat on it for almost a year. And I put it out at the beginning of this year. And the song's called Every Step. And it is it was cathartic for me. It's a hopeful song, and I just wanted to put it out. I could care less whether it had done anything or made any money. It wasn't about that. It was about just getting out the song and seeing if I could touch someone else's life like it made me feel. And it's since now gone on and done pretty well. It's done pretty successfully. I have a little over 180,000 streams of that song on Spotify. And
that's great.
Yeah, it is. But let's take the timeline now. mp3.com in 99. Everything I owned, everything I did, I probably only sold, I don't know, I might have sold 8,000 copies of that single, but multiply that times $1, you know? So
yeah,
not bad, right? And then
hey, that pays for some guitar strings and, you know, a new guitar and a few other things.
Right. So
nothing wrong with that.
Let's, you know, realistically, I don't really care. I tell people I haven't made any money in music. It's not about that for me. But let's say I made $8,000 to $10,000 in 1999. In 2011, I put out some records on this new thing called iTunes that everyone's freaking out about. And I don't know, I sold, 1,000 singles at 79 cents. So I made like $800.
Yeah, $800.
Yeah. And then I got 180,000 listens from a single on Spotify, and I just got a royalty check from Spotify. I could even screenshot it to you right now. It literally came in yesterday. I'm getting a check for $87.
I've heard those stories about, you know, the streams and whatever it is, like 0.006 or whatever for a stream or 0.003. Yeah, I knew it was some minuscule amount, right? But I think you hit the nail on the head. And you and I, but when we talked earlier, we kind of talked about this, in getting in with the podcasting thing, my co-host and I, you know, we weren't running out there and trying to see if we could throw ads in it and put ads all over the place and think, oh, you know, somebody needs to be paying us for this time. Look, like music, to us, the podcast thing, it's something that's enjoyable. It's relaxing. And we both made an agreement whenever this became not fun, when we dreaded the fact that, hey, you know, we're going to meet once a week and we're going to have what we call our production meeting. which is basically us just, sitting back and forth saying, hey, what do we want to talk about? And then we record some podcasts. The day that we say, man, you know what, I'm not feeling it, we just hang it all up and we walk away, because it's got to be fun. Like you said, you go out and you want to play the acoustic shows because you like getting up in front of a crowd, you like playing the guitar, you like singing, you like that part. You're not sitting in the background going like this, trying to figure out how am I going to control the world and get all the money in the world for doing it. So as long as you keep up with that, as long as you say, I want to put that stuff out that I enjoy, mm-hmm. somebody out there is going to have that same taste. Somebody out there is going to have that same sense of humor, that same taste in music, that same kid, like my boy who's 13 years old might see you play the guitar, or even, when I pick up the guitar at home and play, that's why he's playing the guitar now. He's not thinking he's going to be some big, rich rock star. He enjoys playing the guitar. And once you take the enjoyment out of stuff and you make it a job, then it's just another job. So why you wouldn't do your regular job and not get paid for it, right? So if you turn it into a job, then it just takes all that out. So when you brought out this new song, and one of the things I wanted to talk to you about with that, especially with the kind of the Spotify deal and everything, are albums just kind of going away now? I mean, there's really no reason for a band or whatever to sit down and put 10, 12 songs together, because nobody goes to Walmart or Target, or that, there's no CD stores, there's no Blockbuster Music anymore where you go and you flip through CDs. Is the album dead? Is it going to be just slow releases of singles? And maybe if you're some huge band and you've been a band for 30 years, and since we brought them up, the Smashing Pumpkins, and in fact, I think I'm not 100% on this, but I think even the Smashing Pumpkins did some just single drop mm-hmm. releases here and there. Are albums dead? Are we not going to get that anymore? Is it going to be singles?
I think that we're going through a reversal a little bit. We're kind of coming back through this cyclical era of music. But think about this. In the 50s, nobody bought albums. Everybody bought singles. They were called 45s, and they were hot.
45, and they had the big hole in the middle. Yeah,
they did. They bought 45s. As a matter of fact, and I know I'm a little bit older than you. I may even be a lot older than you, but that's what I bought. I mean, I had, everyone still had 45s. I went to the music store as a kid, and I still have them. I mean, I've got probably a stack of 50 45s, everything from Prince to Van Halen to whatever was popular in 1982, 1983, they were still putting out 45s. People were buying singles. They weren't, but albums were still really big. Albums got huge right at the end of the 60s. You talk about the Beatles started doing everything with their singles, but then, man, Meet the Beatles comes out. Then you get all the great stuff that they got going. Then everyone's like, oh my God, I've heard, Help, and I've heard, I saw Her Standing There, and now I want to get all of them on one record so I don't have to keep flipping these things around. And then early 70s comes on, and you start getting some really big bands. You're getting Pink Floyd, you're getting Led Zeppelin, you're getting Aerosmith, you're getting all of these, what you call now classic rock arena type faceted instrumentalist bands. And they want you to buy their album, because a Pink Floyd record like Dark Side of the Moon, money might be a single, but it doesn't make any sense unless you hear it with everything else. And so, yes, I think right now it's singles. And I think the reason why, though, isn't because people enjoy buying singles. I think it's because our target audience at this point now is I think the attention span is so bad that if you don't put out something hot, new, and fresh every, it feels like almost a couple of weeks, you're not doing it right. I can't do that. I mean, I've got this one I just released. I'm going to have another one next month that I did a collaboration with someone. And I think I've got one more for me. So I'm going to do 4 a year, and I think I'm good. 1 a quarter, and I'm pretty good because, whatever. But yeah, I'll at the end of this year, I've got enough songs that I could put an album together, and I may call it an EP. I might call it an album. But I mean, I made 50 copies of actual CDs that I thought, hey, this would be cool. People might want this and whatever. And I've given more away than I've sold, and obviously.
Sure.
But I'm okay with that too, because I just think I'm still old school. I like having something physical on my hand. This is cool.
I think that is where vinyl is making such a comeback. There was an article that I read, I want to say this was about 2 weeks ago or so, that for the first time since I believe 1984, 1985,
yes,
vinyl outsold CDs.
Yep.
Because yes, just like you said, I'm the same way. I want to put my hands on something when I want to have that listening experience. If I'm working on the computer, I'm just got my Spotify going, music's in the background, right? If I'm mowing the grass, I've got my phone in my pocket, I got my AirPods in, and I'm just listening to it because of the absolute convenience factor. But for those artists that, really mean something to me, where I want to physically, tangibly hold something, I want to hear that crack when that needle hits the vinyl, and I want to watch that spin around. And yeah, I do want to get up off the couch and cuss just a little bit because I have to get up and flip the record over. Or I get one of those that's too vinyl and it's like, okay, now I'm on side C because I got to get the second record out to, keep listening to. But look, that should be part of the experience. And especially in this COVID world that we're living in now, you don't really have live music per se. I know you've got some of these drive-in shows, you've got some things like that. So the only real way to experience music and make it an experience rather just some background noise to me is vinyl. And the numbers are starting to speak for it. Mm-hmm. So I think the only way albums will survive is going back to the vinyl. I think CDs are going to become coasters. I don't think any of my kids even own any CDs. My oldest is 17 right now. I don't think she has a single CD. She's got her Spotify account. She's got downloads that she's done off iTunes, and that's it. She doesn't really want CDs. She'd rather take that money and save it up for a concert ticket and go see them live. That makes sense. At least Spotify, yeah, your 0.003 cents or whatever, you can actually look at that in real time and say, hey, this song's been played 181,000 times. You could give me a CD and maybe that's my favorite song of all time and I play it 10 times a day, every day for the next 10 years, but you're not going to know if I played it once and threw it in the trash or I played on repeat. Mm-hmm. And at least Spotify tells you, hey, people are listening to this. They care. It's not just I sold 50 CDs, so I just kind of forget about it after that. Well, let's have a listen to the new song.
Okay, that sounds great.
It's a full moon rising over a grassy hill, late one afternoon. The sun is so still, and the seagulls fly back from the mist. I'll let you go on. Mistakes are hard to live with. A choir of angels can be heard. Reminds me of your face. You were my angel. Now I'm sleeping with the devil. Come save my soul. The clouds will clear sometime and let the sun shine through. Oh, and the seagulls fly back from the mist. I'll let you go once. Mistakes are hard to live with, so I'll let let you go once. Mistakes are hard to live with, and the seagulls fly, and the seagulls fly. Back from the mist,
Man, that sounded great. I think honestly you might have a race on the other song. So
Well,
I know.
Thank you.
I know the this one just came out, like you said. You just released it last week, right?
Did.
So it's got some catching up to do because the other song had a head start. So in all fairness, maybe you need to look at those metrics as they go on. But both great songs. Looking forward to what's coming next. And I always enjoy your music, Chance, and I appreciate you sharing that with everybody, both for your listeners and my listeners as well. It just absolutely great stuff, man.
Thank you.
To kind of shift gears, we were talking about when we had our kind of like pre-phone call before this of catching up, and we kind of got into it a little bit earlier about the karaoke days. I mean, I remember when you were doing the DJ thing and you were doing the karaoke hosting thing, lots of interesting nights that we had doing those shows. Two that came to mind for me was, I remember, of course, this is, the internet's still there, but it's not, in full-fledged, like you say. It's still kind of the AOL days. I remember going in one night and telling you that Rage Against the Machine broke up, and you had not heard that news. So, I mean, in today's day and age with the internet and social media, if Rage Against the Machine would have announced today they broke up, you would have known about it within 45 seconds to a minute.
Yep.
But you had somehow went that whole day and didn't know that Rage Against the Machine broke up.
Yep.
You made a phone call or two and verified that it wasn't just Max making stuff up, because Max likes to make stuff up. And that whole night, in between all of the karaoke songs or all the karaoke singers, whatever, all you did was play Rage Against the Machine all night long. And I always thought that was great. But here's a crazy one for you, and this is a little bit spooky. So when we had our phone call earlier this morning, and we were talking, and we kind of lined up everything. Hey, here's the time, and here's all this good stuff, right? I had Spotify going, and I have a big playlist that's, honestly, I think I've got it up to like 32 hours now. And I just, I hit play and shuffle, and it goes. And it could be Frank Sinatra, and then it's going to be, Rage Against the Machine, and then Smashing Pumpkins, and then theme from Star Wars. It is just the messiest playlist you've ever seen. So we got off the phone, and I hit play on there, because obviously I didn't want to have music in the background when we were talking. Don't remember what song finished, but the very next song that came on was Banditos. And I remember the day of September 11th, you were hosting a karaoke show, and we went out that night. Kevin Mills and I were there, and you had lost some friends in the attacks, or I can't remember if you lost some or you were in fear that you had, and you played that song over and over and over again because of the line in the song, "Everybody knows this world is full of stupid people." And I just thought that was so eerie when we had talked, and the very next song in my playlist was that song. And I had to bring that up to you because it started playing, and I thought, you got to be kidding me. Spotify's not that smart. They weren't hanging out with us 19 years ago when that happened. How did Spotify just all of a sudden play that song? So I do remember, you always hear about where were you at on September 11th. I mean, I remember that morning, obviously, where I was, but then that evening of saying, hey, we gotta go do something to get our minds off of this. And I was surprised that you were even there. A lot of places closed down, but there was something about just getting back to the normalcy of getting to do something that was normal that made you kind of forget about it. And I will never forget that night when you replaying that song over and over again. So,
yeah,
like you said before, you and I go way back. I don't know if you even remember that or not, but you and I were together that day on September 11th. So
I do remember that, actually. And what's interesting is you brought something up that no one knows, because it's one of my favorite songs, just because I think it's a funny song and I think it's great. It's so poignant and it's just a good track. But about, I don't know, 3 months ago, I made a video of me playing it acoustically, and I did like 6 panels of, here's me, and here's me singing my backup, and here's me playing guitar, and here's me playing shaker, and here's me playing tambourine, and doing some silly stuff because I like the song. But I've liked that song for a lot of reasons, and I actually do remember that. And that was a hard day for our entire nation. It was a hard day, and yeah, I was fearful for some people. My wife lived in New York for many years, and we kind of didn't have, we didn't know what was going on. We couldn't place it, and phone lines were out, and we were trying to get a hold of people, and it was important, and we had no idea what was going on. And so, yeah, I do remember that, and that's a great memory. Thank you for sharing that too, because sometimes we forget those moments, and it takes just a minute to reflect back and go, yep, that was a big deal, and here's why, and it meant something to me. And that's one more reason why, while we may not have been in contact for many years, you and me and all of we still have a kind of a core group of people that used to go to those things that, I'm still friends with a lot of them, actually all of them I'm still friends with. And we've had connections. We've had important connections. We've had big ones. We've had happy times. We've had sad times. We've shared, funny moments. We've shared drunk moments. We've shared a lot of stuff. And,
yep.
It's kind of amazing though, but how just our worlds intersect, but then they slowly drift away if you don't maintain and just kind of nurture those relationships. It's not on purpose. It's not, hey, I don't like this person anymore. It's our lives went a different way because we found something that was important to us. I got married. You got married. I got out of karaoke. You got into, your business. I got into my business. Everything that has evolved. And, this is another perfect example of why I love doing Live at Chance's House and why you probably love doing podcasting now. We have now just reconnected something where I'm glad that we did. I now have another person that's in my life that I remember and still have truly memorable moments with. And you just reminded me again why stuff like this is so very important.
I agree. And even in this, COVID era that we're in right now, or people call it the new normal, which I truly hate that term, because I hope this isn't really normal. I hope this is the temporary, and we do truly get back to the normal. I don't want everything to be Zoom phone calls and, you never see anybody and you can't get together and it'd be like if you and I were in the same room, but because of everything going on, the first thing we'd probably want to do is shake hands. But then I hadn't seen you in a while. It's like, okay, well, is Chance shaking hands? And you're thinking, well, is Max shaking hands? And the bizarreness that's going on with the social interactions because of all this is kind of putting a hurt on things. But in the same respect, the one thing I think that has shown a benefit is there might not have been a time where you and I could have met up and said, hey, let's meet here for a drink, or, let's try to get together and chat. But it's very easy for us to go ahead and plug the computer in and click a link and, see each other face to face, even if it is through a camera, and catch up on old times. So I hope, honestly, with things like Zoom calls, podcasting, all that good stuff, that people are starting to make some more connections, maybe, rekindling some of those old friendships, or catching up with people and saying, and I hadn't thought about you in a while. What's been going on? What's new? And all that. Because I think a lot of people have already watched everything on Netflix. They've already watched everything on Hulu. And now it's find some new content to entertain myself and catch up with some people from the past and make some new friends. I hope to meet some new people through, your connections. I hope you meet some new people through mine. I hope there's people that are going to, listen to your new song, reach out to you and say, hey man, it might not have been for this podcast. I might not have even heard of you or heard this song, but it's a great song and all that good stuff. I think that's where we could look at one thing this whole COVID mess might drag us out as a better society. Even with that word of mouth, now it's that digital word of mouth, but people are saying, hey, there's some talented people out there. There's some funny people out there. There's some interesting stories out there. And there's some old conversations that I need to get into and do a little reminiscing and move forward with things like that. So hopefully that's the silver lining on the horrible gray cloud we're in.
I couldn't agree more. And I appreciate the sentiment. And like I said, this is great. When you texted me a couple of weeks ago, I was like, hey man, I'm doing this thing. And, it actually made me feel good. And it made me kind of proud because you're like, hey man, I see you're doing this thing. Hey, can you tell me kind of what you're doing and what's going on? And I'm like, yeah, man, it's great. And you're like, you want to do an interview? I'm like, yeah, man, that'd be awesome. Let's do it. It's, I wasn't expecting that. I was just, hey, we connected. And again, it's that fringe of people that, and you kind of always have them there, but then I don't want to use the word take advantage. It's the idea that you always have people that in your life, we have to take the time every once in a while to stop and go, damn it, I got to call that person. I got to call that friend. I got to call my brother, I got to call my parents, we get into it even with the closest people in our lives. We get into that stuff where we just forget because we get so overwhelmed and consumed with what we're doing because we feel like that's all we have.
Yeah. And one good thing that a lot of us probably have going on right now is, a lot of the work from home and everything. So you cut out the car time. So we do have a little bit more time at home now. And maybe we're at a point now where we're starting to think about those relationships because it's, well, I gotta get up at this time. And if I don't get out of the house by this time, I'm going to have all this traffic. And then you're stressing out about that. And you're getting into the office, you're doing all that stuff. Then you're fighting all that traffic home. And by the time you get home, you got a couple hours to talk to the wife, play with the kids, do whatever you got to do around the house and go to sleep so you can wake up the next day and do it all again. And now that we got a little bit more free time, now we're actually finding the stuff that's important. And relationships, talking about stuff, that's what's important.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I'll tell you what, why don't you tell me real quick where I know I can find The Wolf and the Shepherd on Spotify. Where else can I find you?
Yeah, so we're on all the major podcast providers, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, of course, and all the other ancillary ones. We do have a website that is almost done right now. If you go to thewolfandtheshepherd.com, it's going to point you to all our podcast links. And of course, it always will. Got a placeholder page there, but if you go to thewolfandtheshepherd.com, you can find all of our back catalog podcasts. My co-host, who couldn't be with us tonight, he's going to be doing some blog posts on there and stuff. He's a much better writer than I am. And if, for those that listen to this podcast all the time, like I said, he's away this week on what I call vacation, but what he would call holiday. So he decided to go on holiday this week. And but once he gets back, he's going to be adding some blog posts and, we're going to have links to guys like you, that have come on the show. And that way, if somebody's listening to this show, they can jump on the website and go find all your music. So, but yeah, thewolfandtheshepherd.com. We got a Facebook page too. Like I said, we launched a week ago, and the amount of listeners and the amount of followers has.
I really love Sharon's shirts and stuff.
Do you like shirts? Do you like such? Well, we've got what you need at Sharon's Shirts and Such. We have shirts, we have koozies, we have all the such you need. Here at Sharon's Shirts and Such, we strive to have the best shirts and such. Here's a testimonial from one of our loyal customers.
I really love Sharon's shirts and such.
That's right. Shirts, beach towels, pants, coffee grinders, koozies, paper airplanes, plastic airplanes, customized Millennium Falcon Lego sets, pins, pencils, yarn, backpacks, paper cups, plastic cups, red solo cups, and all the such you can think of. Sharon's Shirts and Such. Use promo code BodieMcBoatface for 10% off your first order. And remember,
I really love Sharon's shirts and such. Shirts and such. Shirts and such.
It's a full moon rising over a grassy hill. Late one afternoon, the sun is so still, and the seagulls fly back from the mist. I'll let you go on. Mistakes are hard to live with. A choir of angels can be heard. Reminds me of your face. You were my angel. Now I'm sleeping with the devil. Come save my soul. The clouds will clear sometime and let the sun shine through. And the seagulls fly back from the mist. I'll let you go once. Mistakes are hard to live with, so I'll let you go. Come fly back to me. Bring my sunshine back. It's been so lonely, peeking through the clouds. Is that you saving my soul? And the seagulls and the seagulls fly back from the mist. I'll let you go once. Mistakes are hard to live with. And the seagulls fly. And the seagulls fly back from the mist.
All right, we're back, everyone. Hey, I want to apologize for any lag or delays that you guys might have done. Trying out something new tonight. We're actually streaming on three different platforms tonight. It's on Twitch. You can check it out at twitch.tv/musicbychance. You can go to YouTube/videobychance, or you can see it here on Facebook. Pick your poison. It doesn't really matter. But sitting here watching it, and I'm like, please, 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 don't go out, don't go out. And of course, it did. So I'm hoping I don't have any more issues. I've tried to fix the buffer speeds and all the other technical things that have to happen with videos. I do want to say thank you, Max, for the great interview and for the time that we had. It did unfortunately cut off the last minute and a half of our segment there, but I think everyone got the gist of it. Max is a great conversationalist. He's been a good friend of mine for a very long time, and we've been recently able to reconnect, and it was a fantastic time. Check him out. I put the link in the comments section, thewolfandtheshepherd.com, and they already have about 6 episodes up already. 5 episodes up already. And it's just fun. A couple of guys having a conversation and talking about, really, to be quite frank, nothing. And we kind of joked about that during the podcast interview. It's a show about nothing, and that's exactly what Live at Chance's house is all about as well. It's a show about nothing. So I just wanted to jump on real quick, say thank you to Max. Thank you for everyone who's still hanging around. And we've got football going on right now, but from the 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. hour or so, I'm going to keep playing and having a little fun with you guys. So we're going to get this show started. If you got requests, send them in the comment section. I'll do my best to play them. Actually worked out one. I think I worked one out for Lee during the segment break, and I'm going to try and do it a little bit better justice than I did last week. And I'm sure you guys will stump me somehow, some way. I'm going to play a few songs of mine, play a few cover songs, have a little fun tonight, and take your requests if you've got them. Once again, Season 1, Episode 33, live at Chance's house. Thanks for sticking around. Just give me a couple of minutes. I'll be right back.
I stare at a face I can't see, feeling lonely and scared. How long will it be? Once it used to fill my soul with pride. All this hate without a home to call my own. Confusion, anxiety, reality, infidelity, reflections of what I want to be are distorted by an abnormality. I set my sights on reality, trying to forget the ghosts that creep my mind. Why do you come to me?
All right, I think I still got a few of you here. Hey, thanks for sticking around. Once again, for those of you just joining in for the first time, my name is Chance Munsterman. This is Live at Chance's house. I'm going to play a few tunes for you, have a little fun tonight. If you got any requests, let me know, and we will get started. Hey, that's great, Sharon. I'm glad that he reached out to you. Thanks, Max. I appreciate you reaching out to our networks and having a little fun and sharing some stuff. Sharing some stuff. Get it? Pun intended. Video is live, music is live, everything's good to go. Let's get into it. Here we go. Song's called Every Step. Every day you ask yourself, did I give enough love? It's just a passing feeling, but it sure seems rough. You think about all the times you thought you'd give up, and then the feeling hits, so you make your own love. 'Cause you never really know how you can fly. You never really know how hard you can try. And even though I'm miles away, I come along with you every day. I'll lead you through the dark, I'll be with you every step of the way. Walking through your mind, you see all the things that seem rough. You smile, laugh, and play, but it's just not enough. The water's rising up again, you just can't keep up. But you give it a go one more time, and you pick yourself up. 'Cause you never really know how you can fly. 'Cause you never really know how hard you can try. Come along with you every day. I'll lead you through the dark, I'll be with you every step of the way. Time waits for no one, time makes a stand. You set the clock back just because you can. The days go by, you take it all in. The moment's here now, how do you begin? It's all too much, come and take my hand. You have to let go and know there's a plan. 'Cause you never really know how you can fly. 'Cause you never how hard you can try. And even though I'm miles away, I come along with you every day. I hold you up and show you the way. I take your pain and stand up and say, I'll lead you through the dark, I'll be with you every step of the way. 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 All right, everyone. Thanks for stopping by live at Chance's house. Hope you guys are enjoying yourselves, watching a little football, watching a little music, having some fun. So I do want to address one thing that I put out a post on earlier. I got some clarity around the whole DCMA issue with the Facebook rules, all of that good stuff. Don't worry. I'm still going to be doing the show. I'm not switching over yet. Isn't a reason to. As long as we're doing everything the right way, it should be fine. It's a difference between a listening experience and a live experience. As long as I'm talking and interacting and not doing a DJ playlist, pretty sure we're okay. Anyone had any questions about that, you can check out the post on my Facebook timeline I posted earlier today. What's happening, Joe's Tavern? Hope you guys are having fun watching the games, where your friends are your friends and your enemies are your enemies. Go make me a sandwich at Joe's Tavern and Grill. All right, what are we going to do here tonight? Got a few to pick from. Playing a couple of songs of mine, get into a few cover songs, have a little fun. I've already got a request or two I got to take care of. And I don't know if I'm going to be able to do Sharon's song, but I'm going to try like hell. Here we go. Song's called Today. Every time you go away, I get this empty feeling inside. You know how much I hurt. Sometimes I even cry. And I look at your pictures and I get warm inside. And I wanna rush to where you are, just to let you know, just to let you know. Baby, you got my heart. Every time you look at me that way, I won't worry about tomorrow, 'cause I got you here. Oh yeah, I got you here today. You're giving life to an empty soul. Whenever you come around, well, it feels some more. 'Cause you're all I ever wanted. My life has never meant this much. You're the one for me in this great big world. So let you know, gotta let you know. Every time you look at me that way, I won't worry about tomorrow, 'cause I got you here. Oh yeah, I got you here today. If I ever have to leave, I don't want to be far from you. I want to start my life and live my fantasy too. The only way that can happen is for you to be here. Then I hold your hand and tell you once again, baby, you got my heart. Every time you look at me that way, I won't worry about tomorrow, 'cause I got you here. Oh yeah, I got you here today. Sorry to disappoint everyone about the DJ set list. I was, going to pull one up earlier. After all, I DJ'd for about 25 years and still do on the side, but, neither here nor there. Sometimes I get so tired, just trying to find a place to lay my head. I look up to the sky, I feel the warmest light comfort me. I seen the great heights reminding me I'm alive. I don't want to die, I don't want to waste another day or night. I know there's something more than what we're living for. See it in the stars, I feel it on the shore. I know there's something more. I think we're all afraid that we might be alone, alone down here. I see to the fate, at least that's true in my case. Well, I believe I seen the great heights reminding me I'm alive. I don't want to die, I don't want to waste another day or night. I know there's something more than what we're living for. I see it in the stars, I feel it on the shore. I know there's something more. This world may crumble into the ocean, it all could end tonight. Well, I undermine you, then try to find you, my only source of light. Well, I'm breathing, breathing, breathing. I'm alive, I don't want to die, I don't want to waste another day or night. I know there's something more than what we're living for. I see it in the stars, I feel it on the shore. I know that I'm alive, I don't want to die, I don't want to waste another day or night. I know there's something more than what we're living for. I see it in the stars, I feel it on the shore. I know there's something more. I know there's something more. All right, what we got here? I'm starving, got flies in my eyes. Stomach is empty, and it's no surprise. I'm weak, I don't need a drink, I just need some food, and I would need it now. Don't need no education, it's too far away. Families who pretend to care just send money. Oh, what would I buy? It's no good to me. Well, I just need some food, and I would need it now. Well, I'm starving, 'cause you can't build a farm in the desert, though you would try real hard. Well, I get by, oh, for now.
Well, I just need some food and I will need it now. When you see me on late night TV, do I make you sick? I'm not sitting here feeling sorry for myself. I don't need no sympathy. Send food, not money, so I don't have to see those, so I don't have to see those flies in my eyes, flies in my eyes, flies in my eyes, flies in my eyes.
Live from Cairo. I might be. I got Shazammed in Cairo. Cheers, everybody. The song's called Flies, for those of you who didn't figure that out. It's probably my most endearing tune. Worked its way all the way up to number 2 on the old Spotify list, but then Back from the Mist came along and it's knocked that down. So it's got more plays, but it's not as popular right now. I guess the kids have laid off. It's more of a college hit. Sharon, I'll look up your request here in just a moment. For those of you guys who don't know Sharon, she's my partner in crime on Live at Chance's House, sings songs with me, do it through video and have some crazy fun productions, along with my friend Devin Pike. But Sharon is also one of our sponsors. She makes t-shirts and koozies and all kinds of other cool, fun stuff. You can check her out at Sharon's Shirts and Such, where Sharon gives a shirt. All right, Lee, trying to get some redemption. May not be perfect, but I'm gonna try like hell. Mama told me when I was young, come sit beside me, my only son, and listen closely to what I say. And if you do this, it'll help you some sunny day. Take your time, son, don't live too fast. Troubles will come, they will pass. We'll find a woman, and you'll find love. And don't forget, son, there's someone up above. And be a simple or be something you'll love and understand. Maybe be a simple kind of man,
my song if you can. Forget your lust, rich man's gold. All that you need is in your soul. And you can do this if you try. All that I want for you, my song, is to be satisfied and be a simple kind of man. I'll be something you'll love and understand. Maybe be a simple kind of man. Oh, won't you do this for me, son, if you can? Don't you worry, you find yourself, follow your heart, nothing else. And you can do this if you try. All that I want for you, my song, is to be satisfied and be a simple something you'll love and understand. Baby, be a simple kind of man. Oh, won't you do this for me, son, if you can? Don't you worry, you find yourself, follow your heart and nothing else. And you do this if you try. All that I want for you, my song, is to be satisfied, be a simple oh, be something you love and understand. Baby, be a simple kind of man. Oh, won't you do this for me, son, if you can? And baby, be a simple kind of man. Oh, be something you love and understand. All right. It's a good song, Lee. Thank you for the suggestion. And it's one of those ones that, it's always one of those ones out there. People like it. I forget how much I like it. It's a good tune, my friend. Thank you so much. All right. It's now time to embarrass myself. See if I can find this request for Sharon over at Sharon's Shirts and Such.
Oh my. Mr. Robert Earl Keane. Something, something here. The road goes on forever and the party never ends. Well, how about that? All right, now you're really getting at me. What's, Lee, I get that, right? You know, I'll learn it, but I don't know that song, man. I think I heard it like half a second on Spotify or something. I couldn't even tell you what the hell that is. All right. Well, should be easy enough. Just got to get the... All right, we're faking it. Here we go. Sherry was a waitress, the only joint in town. She had a reputation as a girl who'd been around. Down Main Street after midnight, a brand new pack of cigs, a fresh one hanging from her lips, beer between her legs. She'd ride down the river and meet with all the friends. Yeah, the road goes on forever and the party never ends. Sonny was a loner, older than the rails. He was going on Navy, but he couldn't pass the tails. So he hung around town and sold a little pie. Caught low when Sonny, when one day he got caught. He was back in business when they set him free again. Yeah, the party goes forever and the party never ends. Sonny's playing 8-ball at the joint west Sherry works when some drunken out of town so Sherry skirt. Sonny took the pool cue, lay drunk on the floor and stuck a dollar in the tip jar and he walked on out the door. She's running right beside him, reaching for his hand. Yeah, the road goes on forever and the party never ends. They jumped to pick up Sonny jammed gear. He looked over at Sherry, said, let's get out of here. Stars were high above them, the moon was in the east, the sun was setting with them. They reached Miami Beach. They got a hotel by the water, a quart of Bombay gin. Yeah, the road goes on the river and the party never ends. Soon ran out of money. Sonny knew a man who knew some Cuban refugees and dealt in contraband. Sonny met the Cubans at the house just off the road with a briefcase full of money and a pistol in his boot. The cards were on the table when the law come busting in. The road goes on forever and the party never ends. The Cubans grabbed the goodies, Sonny grabbed the jack, broke the bathroom window and crawled out the back. Sherry had to pick up through his alley on the side with a lawman Telco Sonny and read him all his rights. Sherry stepped in the alley with a single shot 410. The road goes on forever and the party never ends. They left the lawman lying. They made the getaway. Got back to the hotel just before the break of day. Sonny gave her all the money and he blew a little kiss. They asked you if it happens that forced you into this. You watched as his taillights disappeared around the bend. The road goes on forever and the party never ends. It's Main Street after midnight, just like it was before. 21 months later, at a local grocery store, Sherry buys a paper,
Cold 6-pack of beer, headlines read, son is going to the chair. She drives out to Main Street in a new Mercedes-Benz. The road goes on forever and the party never ends.
All right. Not too shabby. Stand by, everybody, while check this out. Uh-oh, check the internet connection. Got some issues over at Joe's Tavern and Grill, but they should be back on just as soon as humanly possible. After these messages, we'll be right back. Well, not me. Them maybe. All right. What's coming up next? Nope. The song is actually really simple. Lee, the one you suggested, it's actually 3 chords, super simple. I don't know the track. I will have it next week. So thank you for the suggestion, sir. I know it goes something like, it's like, Royals, Royals, something like that. And I have to do my head like that when I sing it too, because that's what the kids do, right? Ask and you shall receive, Brett. In case you guys didn't know, Brett's not just the executive producer, he's also my manager. If you could only see the way she loves me, maybe you would understand why I feel this way about our love, what I must do. You could only see how blue her eyes can be when she says she loves me. Well, you got your reasons, and you got your lies, and you got your manipulations, cut me down to size. Say you love, but you don't give your love, but you won't. You could only see the way she loves me, maybe you would understand why I feel this way about our love, what I must do. You could only see how blue her eyes can be when she says she loves me.
miles traveled shows happiness unraveled. Oh, and you gotta take a little dirt to get what you want. That's what you gotta do. Say you love what you can, and you know you're reaching out your arm to something that's just not there. Say you love where you stand, give your heart when you can. You could only see the way she loves me, maybe you would understand why I feel this way about our love, what I must do. You could only see how blue her eyes can be when she says she loves me. Say you love but you don't, give your love but you won't. You say a prayer. Say you love where you stand, give your heart when you can. You could only see the way she loves me, maybe you would understand why I feel this way about our love, what I must do. If you could only see how blue her eyes can be when she says she loves me.
I know, right? Executive producer, manager, security detail, owner proprietor of Joe's Tavern and Grill, commish, the dude. Do you have a lot of hats, sir? Well played. Very well played. So Max brought this song up during the interview. It's a personal favorite. Everyone seems to like it. And I do my best to do the kazoo solo. So just how far down do you want to go? We can talk it over a cup of Joe, and you could look deep into my eyes like I was a supermodel. Uh-huh. Well, it's you and me, baby, no else we can trust. Don't say nothing to no one, know how we're bust. You never crack a smile or flinch or cry for nobody. Uh-huh. We'll give your ID card to the border guard. Yeah, your alien says you Captain John Picard of United Federation of Planets, 'cause he don't speak English anyway. Everybody knows that the world is full of stupid people. So meet me at the mission at midnight, we'll divvy up there. Everybody knows that the world is full of stupid people. Yeah, I got the pistols, so I get the pesos. Yeah, that seems fair. So put the sugar in the tank of the sheriff's car, slash the deputy's tires so they won't get very far when they finally get the word that there's been a hold up. Uh-huh.
We'll give your ID card to the border guard. Yeah, your alien says you're Captain Jean-Luc Picard of United Federation of Planets, 'cause he don't speak English anyway. Everybody knows that the world is full of stupid people. So meet me at the mission at midnight, we'll divvy up there. Everybody knows that the world is full of stupid people. Well, I got the pistols, so I get the pesos. Yeah, that seems fair. Give your ID card to the border guard. Yeah, your alien says you can't. Jean-Luc Picard of United Federation of Planets, 'cause he don't speak English anyway. Everybody knows that the world is full of stupid people. So meet me at the mission at midnight, we'll divvy up there. Everybody knows that the world is full of stupid people. Yeah, I got the pistols, so I get the pesos. Yeah, that seems fair. Well, that seems fair. Well, that seems fair. Well, that seems fair. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
All right, guys, hope you guys are enjoying yourselves tonight. Thanks for coming out to Live at Chance's house. My name is Chance Munsterman. Season 1, Episode 33. It is Operation Kindness Month. If you have a little bit that you can donate, I'd appreciate it. And if you can't, maybe you can give me a share. That's all I'll say. Thank you guys so much for all the support that you've given me over the last few months. And the new songs, and got a new song coming out next month. We haven't even talked about that. Probably going to have another interview with my buddy Xavier here very soon. And I hope you guys will enjoy that one as much as it has meant to me to write it and to have his collaboration to put it out, because it's going to be a lot of fun. I seem to recognize your face, haunting, familiar. I can't seem to place it. Cannot find a candle of thought to light your name. Lifetimes are catching up to me. All these changes taking place, I do wish I'd seen the place. Guess that's why no one's taking me. Hearts and thoughts, they fade away. Hearts and thoughts, they fade away. Well, I swear recognize your breath. Memories like fingerprints are slowly raising me. You wouldn't recall, for I'm not my former. It's hard when you're stuck upon the shelf. Well, I've changed by not changing at all. Small town predicts my fate. I guess that's what no one wants to see. I just wanna scream hello. dreamed you'd return, but now here you are. Here I am. Hearts and thoughts, they fade away. 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 Our hearts and thoughts, they fade away. Hearts and thoughts, they fade away. Hearts and thoughts, they fade. It's alright, there comes a time. Got no patience to search for peace of mind. You, my friend, won't you defend? No more hiding on disguising true type soul. Hits me, oh so cold. You find me sitting by myself, no excuses that I know. It's okay, had a bad day. Hands are bruised from breaking rocks all day. Drained and blue, I bleed for you. You think it's funny, well you're drowning in it too. Every day something hits me, oh so cold. You found me sitting by myself, no excuses that I know. Yeah, it's fine. Walk down the line. In my rain, a cold trade for warm sunshine. You, my friend, I will defend. If we change, well, I love you anyway. Every day something hits me, oh so cold. You found me sitting by myself, no excuses that I know. It's a real, I don't even know how I want to respond to that, Lee. You know, I think it really works both ways. You got to play to your audience, right? But I think the audience needs to play a little bit to me, just for a second, for God's sakes. Good Lord. Ships to new lands, fight the holes, singing and crying. I'm coming. I will weep with the threshing in. I only go be the western shore. Snow and midnight hours and the hot winds blow. Soft breeze so green, whisper tales of gore. How we calm the tides of war. We are lords. On we sweep with the wrecking oars. That's all you get, because I'm not really doing it that well. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, it is Bad Request Thursday. Throw me a tune. Maybe I'll do it. Maybe I won't. Probably shouldn't have done that one, but whatever. I'm not fooled by it, by the way. I know it's entertaining and slightly endearing, so you guys can get a good kick out of it. I do it because I'm pretty sure I'm bad at it, so it's all right. Thank you, brother. I can get to sleep, think about the implications of diving in too deep, and possibly the complications, especially at night. I worry over situations I know will be alright. Perhaps just my imagination, and day after day it reappears. And night after night, my heartbeat shows the fear. Ghosts appear and fade away. Alone between the sheets only brings exasperation. It's time to walk those streets, smell the desperation. At least there's pretty lights, and though there's little variation, it nullifies the night from overkill. And day after day it reappears, and night after night my heartbeat shows the feel. Go
about the implications of diving in too deep. Possibly the complications, especially at night. I worry over situations that I know will be alright. It's just overkill, and after day it repeals. And night after night, my heartbeat shows the field. Ghosts appear and fade away. Ghosts appear and fade away. Ghosts appear and fade away. All right, a couple of requests. Get that in here. Morning talks, but it don't sing and dance and it won't walk. As long as I can have you here with me, I'd much rather be forever in blue jeans, babe. And honey sweet, ain't nothing next to baby's treats. If you pardon me, I'd like to say we'll do okay forever in blue jeans, babe. Maybe tonight by the fire, all alone, you and I, with nothing around but the sound of your heart and your sighs. Yeah, money talks, but it can't sing and dance and it can't walk. As long as I can have you here with me, I'd much rather be forever in blue jeans, babe. And honey sweet, but ain't nothing next to baby's treats. If you pardon me, I'd like to say we'll do okay forever in blue jeans. Maybe tonight by the fire, all alone, you and I, smudging around but the sound of my heart and your sighs. Yeah, money talks, but it don't sing and dance and it don't walk. As long as I can have you here with me, I'd much rather be forever in blue jeans. If you pardon me, I'd like to say we'll do okay forever in blue jeans, yeah. As long as I can have you here with me, I'd much rather be forever in blue jeans, babe. As long
long as I can have you here with me. I'd much rather be forever in blue jeans. Early in the morning, rising to the streets, light me up that cigarette, now strap shoes on my feet. We got to find a reason things went wrong. We got to find a reason my money's all gone. Well, I got a Dalmatian, and I can still get high, and I can play the guitar like a motherfucking riot. Well, life is too short to love the one you got, 'cause you might give it over or you might get shot. Will never start a stand, I can keep it off my chest. Never had a battle with a bulletproof vest. Take a small example, a tip from me. Take it all your money, give it up to charity. That's what I got, it's within my reach. And the sublime style straight from Long Beach. It comes back to you, you're gonna get what you deserve. Try and test that, you're bound to get served. Love's what I got, don't start a riot. We'll give it when your dance is hot, hot. Well, loving is what I got. Say remember that. Loving was what I got. Say remember that. Well, I don't mind when my dog runs away. I don't get angry at the bills I have to pay. I don't get angry when my mom smokes pot. Hits the bottle and goes right to the rock. In fighting, it's all the same. Living Louis dolls all the way to stay sane. Let the loving come back to me. Loving is what I got. I said remember that. Loving is what I got. Say remember that. Come on, loving is what I got. Say remember that. Loving is what I got. Hey, I say remember that. Come on, loving is what I got. Say remember that. Loving is what I got. Say remember that. Loving is what I got. Say remember that. Loving is what I got. I got. Come on. Right. Time is it 9:10? We can go a little longer. We'll turn into a pumpkin quite yet. Although I do have to tell you guys, today was a bit of a challenge because I don't normally work on Thursdays. I was working today. It was interesting nonetheless, because when work calls, you got to be at work. The show calls, you try to get the show on time. And I came home and it was fun. We got started, and luckily, I had a 30-minute interview that gave me some time to get set up. All right. I don't know that I remember. Oh, I got to work on something. I used to be able to play a few more songs than I can play now, and I learned early on when I was learning how to play guitar, and I don't remember how to play them. It's okay. I will figure them out. Got out of town on a boat, those other islands. Sailor reached for the following sea. She was making for the trains on the outside and the downhill run to Papeete Bay. Off the wind on this flying head of the Marquesas, we got 80 feet of water line, nicely making way in a noisy bar in Avalon. Tried to call you, but on a midnight watch I realized why times we ran away. Think about how many times I have fallen. Spirits are using me, larger voices calling. What heaven brought you and me cannot be forgotten. Well, I have been around the world looking for that woman, girl, who knows love can endure, and you know it will. When you see the Southern Cross for the first time, you understand now why you came this way. 'Cause the truth you might be running from is so small, but it's big as the promise of a coming day. So I'm sailing for tomorrow, my dreams are dying, and my love is tied to you, tied with a silver chain. I have my flagship, all the flags are flying. She's all I have, and music is her name. Think about how many times I have fallen. Spirits are using me, larger voices calling. What heaven brought you to me cannot be forgotten. Well, I have been around the world looking for that woman, girl, who knows love can endure, and you know it will. So we cheated and we fly and we tested. Never failed to file, was the easiest thing to do. You will survive, be invested. Someone fine comes along, forget about loving you and the Southern Cross. necesito una poca de gracia. Una poca de gracia per mi papilla. Arriba, arriba. Hey, arriba, arriba. Ponticere, ponticere, ponticere. Yo no soy marinero. Yo no soy marinero. Soy capitán, soy capitán, soy capitán. Ba la bamba. 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 Se necesito una poca de gracia. Una poca de gracia per mi patina. Y arriba, y arriba. Yeah, arriba, arriba. Poticere, poticere, poticere. Ba la bamba. Ba la bamba. Ba la bamba. Ba la bamba. Hey! All right, crazy Thursday request night, having fun, live at Chance's house, season 1, episode 33. I'm having a good time. Hope you guys are as well. Operation Kindness Month. If you guys have an opportunity to do a little donation, I don't know, man. I don't normally ask, but I might need like at least $5 for that last one. All right, man. Hey, guys, thank you so much for everything that you're doing, and for always sticking around and supporting all the stuff that I got going on and the crazy things, and I really appreciate it. I'm going to do one more, and then we're going to call it a night and wrap things up. Thanks again to my good friend Max Billington with the wolfandtheshepherd.com podcast. Check him out. They've got a really great little show. It's a lot of fun, and they're just having a conversation between a couple of friends. And, you know, if you just want to kick back and not talk about politics, not talk about anything, it's a show kind of about nothing. And we laughed about that because it's kind of what my show's about. It's all a whole lot of nothing and just a little bit of entertainment. And I've said it before, I got a lot of friends in the music business, and I've got a lot of people that are around me that are, you know, much more talented than I am. But I have a whole hell of a lot of fun doing this, and I really appreciate everyone who comes on and watches this silliness that we call a live show. And we're going to keep doing it, and just whenever I stop doing it is when I stop doing it. But for right now and for the foreseeable future, I'm having way too much fun not to do it. So thank you guys for everyone who sits around and watches all my nuttiness. All right. I've played this song a couple times, and you guys may or may not know it. It's one of my favorite bands. A local band, actually, called Jacko Pierce. And I've been listening to it for years. And Carrie Pierce and Jack O'Neill are two musicians that have done acoustic stuff for years. And they put out live albums, they've put out acoustic duet albums, they put out full band albums, and everything that they've done has been fabulous. And it's the type of music and the guitar playing and songwriting skills that I always have strived to have. And those guys, to me, are the ones that inspire me to do other things. I know there's a lot of bands out there that I love. I've talked about them before. Pink Floyd, Steely Dan, Led Zeppelin, Van Halen, Rush, all of them. All of the classic rock bands, all of the 90s alternative rock, every bit of music I've ever listened to in my life all culminates to form what it is that I call music by chance. But the guys that make me want to play better and strive to be better songwriters is a band called Jacko Pierce. If you've never heard of them, I'd like you to look them up. Check them out on Spotify. This is a song called Late Shift. Here we go. And I know your last words were don't call. I've been driving through a stormy night, and I hear dear John through the hum of the highway on a late shift on a long ride, singing, John, dear John, you got a lot to learn about loving me. And I know you try, we're just running out of time. There's a rain cutting shadows through my headlights on a stretch of road between dusk and dawn. The first light I lose the road and fight. Stop to find the phone, singing, John, dear John, you got a lot to learn about loving me. And I know you tried, just run out of time. We used up all the time. And I know what the silence on the wire is in the waking hours of the nameless day. And I know you can't do your loving from a phone booth on the highway 900 miles or so away. But you don't fret about the bottom dropping now. It would be alright if you could turn around. You just dig in, friend, if you keep your powder dry. You keep your powder dry. John, dear John, you got a lot to learn about loving me. And I know you tried, but you can't do it from the highway, yeah. Thank you guys very much. Have a great night. We'll see you next time. Next week is our last show for Operation Kindness on October 1st. We're into a new month. I thank you guys so much for everything that you do and supporting all of my friends and craziness that goes through making this production is what it is. For more information about what I'm doing, check me out on the web at musicbychance.com, Instagram at musicbychance, and all of the other things that you normally know, because I do post a lot. And I, again, apologize for that. But you know what? If it's something exciting and new, I want to share it, and I hope you guys get the feeling for that as well. We'll see you guys soon. Don't forget, we've got the podcasts from Rob Irvin on Sundays at 5:30 and 6:30, respectively. That is the Cheap Popcast and the Clubhouse Podcast. You can find them on Vocal Now, VOKAL now.com for Rob Irvin and friends for the Cheap Popcast and the Clubhouse Podcast. You can also check out my good friend Max Billington now as well on The Wolf and the Shepherd. You can find it on every streaming platform, Apple, Google, Spotify, and check them out. They've got a lot of shows up already and just having a lot of fun. So till next time, we'll see you guys. Have a great night. Thank you.
I stare at a face I can't see, feeling lonely and scared. How long will it be? Once it used to fill my soul with pride. All this hate without a home to call my own. Confusion, anxiety, reality, infidelity, reflections of what I want to be are distorted by an abnormality. I set my sights on